The tool industry's recession isn't coming. It already showed up in the numbers. Consumer delinquencies just hit their highest level since 1934, and the same manufacturers raising your tool prices right now are quietly killing the discounts they used to hand out. If you're a contractor still spending like it's 2022, you're about to get squeezed from both sides. Nobody's calling it a recession yet, because nobody wants to say it out loud. Retailers keep using words like resilient and stable on earnings calls. But strip away the corporate language and look at what the actual data says about where contractor spending is headed over the next year. Total U.S. construction spending is down year over year for the first time in a while. Single-family home construction, the bread and butter for most residential contractors, is falling even faster than the overall number. And the people financing tool purchases on credit are under more pressure than at almost any point in living memory. This isn't a headline crash. It's quieter than that. And quieter recessions are the ones that catch tradespeople off guard, because by the time it's obvious, the prices have already moved. Start with the buildings that aren't going up. Total construction spending fell about 1.5% year over year as of this spring, and single-family construction spending is down more than 6%. Manufacturing construction, which was a huge growth driver just a couple years ago, has fallen roughly 18.5% from its peak. Industry forecasters expected non-residential building spending to grow almost 2% last year. Instead, it came in down around 3%, and the panel that tracks this data now says there's no turnaround in sight for the year ahead. That's not one bad quarter. That's a trend line pointing the wrong direction for the exact market that buys the most tools, replaces the most batteries, and drives the most repeat purchases in this entire industry. And it's not evenly spread out either. The South, historically the busiest region for residential construction, has seen some of the sharpest declines in permits and new starts, while affordability pressure and slower migration take their toll on exactly the contractors who used to be the busiest in the country. Layer the labor market on top of that. Unemployment is expected to climb toward 4.5% to 5% over the next year, and overall consumer spending growth is projected to slow to about 1%, down sharply from the pace of just a couple years ago. None of these numbers individually scream collapse. Together, they describe an economy where the people who hire contractors have less confidence, less spending power, and less appetite for big discretionary projects than they did even 18 months ago. Now here's where it gets worse for your wallet specifically. Home Depot doesn't expect underlying demand to meaningfully improve this year, and it's guiding to comparable sales growth of only flat to 2%, with professional contractors expected to carry more of that weight while do-it-yourself. Customers keep shrinking their projects down to something smaller and cheaper. That's exactly why Home Depot has been spending heavily on acquisitions built entirely around the professional contractor, snapping up specialty distributors to lock in that segment before a competitor does. Lowe's just announced plans to cut roughly 600 corporate jobs and squeeze out about $1 billion in productivity savings, specifically citing continued pressure on big-ticket, discretionary home projects, even after a quarter where comparable sales technically ticked up. Read that combination carefully. Sales barely growing, jobs getting cut, and management still calling the backdrop challenging, all in the same earnings call. Wait, it gets bigger, because retailers aren't the only ones bracing for impact. Stanley Black & Decker, DeWalt's parent company, absorbed an estimated $140 million tariff hit last year and responded exactly the way you'd expect, with a high single-digit price increase in the spring and a second one already planned. Meanwhile, Tektronix Industries, Milwaukee's parent, temporarily paused its own promotional discounting during that same tariff uncertainty. Read between the lines on that one. The deals you used to wait for on your favorite battery platform are drying up at the exact same moment demand for your services is softening. And even the manufacturers who managed to post decent overall numbers last year are still warning investors about what's coming, which tells you this isn't a one-company problem. It's an entire industry quietly bracing at the same time, from the guys making the drills to the stores selling them to you. So when someone tells you tool prices are about to jump again, they're not guessing. They're reading the same earnings calls this video just walked you through. Construction demand softening means less work coming in. Consumer financial stress at a 1934 level means the people hiring you are more cautious with their own money too. And manufacturers responding to tariffs with price hikes and thinner discounts means every dollar you spend on a new toolkit right now buys less margin for error than it did 2 years ago. This is the moment where tightening your own tool spending, negotiating harder on bulk purchases, and timing big equipment buys around actual sales instead of manufacturer hype actually protects your bottom line. The contractors who get squeezed hardest in 2026 won't be the ones who saw this coming. They'll be the ones still buying like the last few years never happened, restocking their trucks on autopilot instead of watching what the numbers are actually telling them. A toolkit bought at full price this quarter, using last year's budget assumptions, is a decision that's going to look a lot more expensive by the time next year's price increases actually land. There's one more detail worth sitting with. Even as demand softens and prices climb, the professional segment specifically, meaning working contractors rather than weekend do-it-yourselfers, is the one part of this market every major retailer and manufacturer is still fighting hardest to keep. That's not comforting, it's a warning. It means the pricing pressure you're about to feel isn't a symptom of the industry giving up on contractors. It's the opposite. Every player left standing is competing harder for your wallet specifically, which is exactly why prices keep climbing even while overall demand keeps falling. Retailers are consolidating specialty distributors around you. Manufacturers are protecting their margins on your purchases specifically, and none of that competition is going to show up as a discount. It's going to show up as a sharper sales pitch aimed directly at the one customer segment still willing to spend. If you want to actually understand what's happening behind these earnings reports before it hits your own job site, stick around, because this channel breaks stories like this down every week. Hit subscribe so you're not caught off guard. So open your eyes to what the data's already told you. This isn't a dramatic crash with a single headline moment. It's slower, quieter, and honestly easier to miss, which is exactly why so many contractors are going to walk straight into it. Construction spending is falling. Consumer stress is at a historic high, and the same companies raising your prices are simultaneously pulling back the deals that used to soften the blow. The smart move isn't panic, it's preparation. Tightening spend now, negotiating before the next price increase lands, and treating every tool purchase over the next year like margin actually matters again. Because based on everything in this video, it does. If this opened your eyes, subscribe for more breakdowns of what the numbers are really saying before the rest of the industry catches up.